Hello everyone, in this video we'll be discussing some basics about your business. So before we get started into building pages and funnels and even websites, let's discuss your business. Let's identify the basics, which are so important, but most of business owners are missing out. And this will really help you out with the whole overview of your business. So we'll be discussing about your niche and ideal customer and what is the solution that you are providing, because this is key for when you're trying to find new customers in any way. Doesn't matter if it's online, offline, or any other way. So who's your ideal customer and what is your niche? This is what we'll be discussing, and we have a special document that you can download and you can start filling. I will show you how and what different sections you have there, because that will help you to basically organize your business. So it's really cool. So identifying your niche market. The idea here behind picking a specific niche market is really key, because when you pick a specific niche market in which you would be operating, you have better and bigger chance of success. Because when you are in a specific niche market, it doesn't matter how small you are, that market it is, that's even better. Because this way you can easily be the best in that market, in that category, and you can then go to other different markets and expand your operations. The idea behind having a niche market and be niche for a specific solution is you can have very personalized messaging about the problem that the user have, and very well identified solution that you also provide. So be the best solution for that problem. That leads to very high conversion rates, lower ad spending because you know exactly who your target market is and what is the problem that you provide, and which obviously leads to higher lifetime value from the user because you provide the exact solution that they need. And of course, the fifth thing is longer retention. So you have more customers for longer time, which obviously gives higher lifetime value, less ad spend, because you keep more of your customers with you. So this is very important for the niche market. So first thing about having business is to really identify what is the problem that we are solving. This is number one, because any business, anything that we do online, when we build any funnel, any website, any page in general, any campaign, we try to provide basically the solution for a problem. So we need to know what kind of a problem we're solving for that target audience that we're going after. And is it urgent? Is it something that the customer can, wait out, for infinite period, or it is really urgent and they cannot really wait for it? So can this be, of course, can it be ignored, or is it really urgent? And what is the value of the solution? How would that solution really change their business or change their life? So think about that. And of course, how much would that cost? And basically, to turn a customer, there is one thing. Basically, when the customer identifies that the value of the product is higher than the cost that you're asking for it, that's where and when the conversion, the sale is happening. And about the solution, what is the solution? How do you solve the problem? How do you actually solve the problem of that market, of that niche that you're trying after, you're going after? What kind of alternatives there are on the market, and how you're better than them? How you're the right person for solving their problem? And why buy it now? Why is now the perfect moment for them to find a solution in your face and basically, complete whatever the problem was and solve it? So think about all these things, and that will basically help you identify the whole strategy and everything about your business. And basically the USP of your business in one sentence is this: we help who by identifying who is our target market to achieve what. So what do we help them to be able to do by doing what? So this is basically the formula for a USP in one sentence: your unique selling point, that you help somebody achieving something by doing a specific action. So these are a few things that will help you identify, and we actually created this profile, this acceleration profile, that I think would be really good for you to keep track of your business in general. So you can copy this file, you can download it, and you can view it for yourself. And it has a few also tables that will help you to identify your niche and customer profile, because not knowing who is your customer that you're going after, that's really bad. So you need to identify that, and what is the market, what is the niche. The number one problem in general with businesses for failing is being too broad, trying to solve too many problems for too many people and not narrowing down to one. Pick one niche and be the best in that niche, and then again you can spread out to the others. And this is what this profile is basically intended to help you out. So you can write down your starting date. So basically this is for organization purposes. You can of course add your own fields to it, and etc. It's meant for you to have it. So basically type in your company name. What is your goal for your next 3 months? So it's really good to set up some goals for your business. No matter what you're trying to do, having a goal is something written by just having it written somewhere that you can check out every day. Makes a really big impact to your business. It's on a psychology level. This is how it basically works. Type in how many new customers you have at this moment, and at the start of this whole, let's go with 3-month challenge, like 100-day challenge, and at the end, obviously, what is the goal, how many customers we want to achieve, so we can see what kind of an increase you want to achieve in these 3 months. And let's go every day doing at least something towards that goal. Basically that's no 0 days. Basically every day you have to do something into getting into that goal. So the next would be the niche market. So identify your niche. You can pick 1 or 2 niches. Obviously you can identify a few, and you can start with the first one. Then you can follow the next ones when you perfect them. And then is the customer profile. So again, how do you do the niche dive and the customer profile? We've created here a small table that you can use for that specific thing, and it's really simple. Here you can just type in what kind of a niche market that you want to go after. For example, you can fill a field. You can of course add a new row if you wish, a new column, so that you can do it for more markets, for more niche markets. And the idea here is from 1 to 5 you can type in how 5 being very good and 1 is not, it's really bad. Is this criteria basically. How big is your market? What is the accessibility to get to that type of people, to that market? What kind of a budget do they have? So are they willing to spend for the solution that you provide? What is the pain level? So how badly do they need the solution that you provide? And then of course 5 is being really pain, so they really need they have an urgency for that product. And what is the customer lifetime cycle? So for how long this customer would stick to you when get the product or the service, whatever it is. And then of course when you summarize all these things, all these numbers, so of course the highest one, when you summarize it, the highest one would be the one that you should be starting with, because that overall score means that that's the most suitable niche that you can start with, as it is the most urgent, the most bigger in size, etc. And again, bigger in size, it doesn't mean that it's really good when we go for the first market, to be honest, because like I said, a smaller market is even better because it will be easier for you to conquer. But again, just do your niche dive. I think that's a great way to identify what kind of a market you want to start with. Then is the customer profile. So when we identify our market, our niche market, how to create a profile of our ideal customer. So the idea here is very simple. Basically, the best way actually to create a customer profile is if you already have customers. With that means that you can actually identify a real persona of what your current customers do you have. So you can identify, what is their, average age, what is their, gender in general, what kind of an industry they're coming from, what is their, occupation, country, and maybe interest and so on. So you can do a small survey to your existing customers to identify the persona, the customer profile that you want to go after, because they're already customers and you just want people like them, other people who can become customers, and that's the easiest way. If you don't know this, obviously you go after the niche dive and you kind of start to guess and basically do some small search on your own. I mean, you can do also survey of other people who would be interested in your solution if you haven't yet started, providing your product or service to them. So best if you already have some sales. If not, you can create a profile that you can adjust later on, of course. And that can be a B2C or B2B, of course, depending on your business, depending on your product, depending on your service. You can have different types of general users, customer profiles that you can identify here. So these two tables, I think, will help you to identify those, and you can type them here in your niche market, in your customer profile. This is how you can identify all these things. So in this section, you can list the current channels that you use for acquiring traffic and people. If you, for example, if you already have some kind of page, a website or something like that, how you currently find or acquire customers. And here you can type in what are their channels, and here you can type in channels that you want to try out in this next 3 months. So to identify what kind of different ways to get new people to your business online, for your new funnel, for your new website, and so on. And what is the current strategy of acquiring new customer? Is it just a specific funnel? Are you having some kind of different ads? If you have a lead generation type of funnel where you're just getting the customer's information, what is the process after that? So how do you actually, if they leave their phone number, let's say, you're calling them right away, or you have a specific process, you can type in your strategy here, because that will help you identify what kind of current strategies you have. And here, and you can rank it, of course, how good it is right now, what is, for example, your conversion rate, and so on. And you can then type in different strategy that you can test out and how they're working. You can try out something else in the way of converting, of acquiring new customers. So you can type in here the different ways to get, obviously, to convert a visitor, for example, or a lead to an actual customer, depending on your funnel, on your idea. Because if you have a sales funnel, obviously that user will become a customer directly from your funnel, from your website. The niche dive and the customer profile we already checked out, so these are important parts. And then we have the weekly plans. Basically, this is something, in my opinion, that is really good to keep in track basically every week. Is what is some of the tasks that you want to do this week. Basically, this is for your organization purposes. So you can do, let's say, on Sunday, you type in what kind of a task you want to have as low priority, medium priority, high priority, and then progress of the tracking your progress for this week. So what did you achieve? What did you learn? What strategy took place? And how did that result in new customers, or at least how many new people new leads you get, how many new people you've contacted yourself, and some metrics. If you have some metrics here like this, like approaching people, what is your, if you run some ads, what was the customer acquisition cost, what did you spend on campaigns, how much money do you actually what is the revenue out of, what is the outcome, what is the return of investment of this ads, for example, that you run. So you can do that for all your weeks, and you can see at the end, every week we have this and this and this and this that we tried. This had a great result. So basically this is for organizational purposes, and I think will help you organize your business in general. So you have below this video that you're watching right now, you have this file that you can download. Again, it's in Google Drive, so you can either copy or download, so you can fill in and use it for your needs. Again, you can modify it, you can add your own sections if you wish to make it as personalized and as useful for your business. So yeah, this is basically about the whole, niche market, niche dive, and basically identifying what is your strategy of getting new customers. This is very important because when you are starting in the next videos, how to build your funnels and pages, and how to generally talk about the customer journey, we have to know who is your customer, what is our solution. When we write down some new messagings, new titles, trying out different things, maybe recording even a video, all these things are important to know before we have to identify who is our customer before we start doing these things. Otherwise, we are just doing stuff that we don't know who they're targeting. That's really the must for any business, no matter what kind of a business, if it's online, offline. Knowing who's your customer and what is your niche market and how to get to these customers is the key. And then this would make your funnels and pages and websites successful. So yeah, take your time and look into these things. Something really quick you can do, and then let's start with building your first funnels and first pages. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have any questions and you need any guidance, don't hesitate, let us know, and we'll help you as much as we can.